Greetings! Hard to believe it, but the year is almost over. It went by so fast. I realize now that 2019 was a rather productive year for me painting-wise. I used many supplies throughout the year, but a few stand out as my favorites. In this video, I'll be showcasing 10 of them. I mostly draw illustrations in pen and ink, with watercolors for the color, so my selections will be made in function of that. Also, this video is made in the context of a really fun collaboration with Lana, Dan, Conan, and Anya. We are all sharing our 10 favorite supplies for this year, so make sure to hop onto their videos when you're done here. Number 1. Tool for color wheels. I found out this existed this year and I'm glad I did. It saves a lot of prep work when it comes to drawing a color mixing circle. This little inexpensive tool has really made my job easier and more people should know it exists. It has a rotating circle set in a larger plastic circle. The outer circle has degrees on it and the inner circle has templates for setting lines, marking the middle of the circle, smaller circles to use when it comes to drawing the swatches. It's pretty straightforward. Number 2. Clic Bic pens. This is also something I discovered this year, thanks to my good friend Otto. She sent me a few because apparently these are very common in Japan, but I had never seen them before. They are ballpoint pens with oil-based ink, so they are very water resistant. They are also refillable, which is really important in my opinion. They come in just about every color, but are quite difficult to locate for me here in Canada. Number 3. Pentel Brushpen. Now this one has been with me for a really long time. Not this very pen, but another one just like it. This is the Pentel Brushpen, an affordable, refillable, waterproof brush pen. I had to upgrade to a new one this year because my older one, which was about 15 years old by the way, had lost its point enough to make it difficult to draw small lines. I love these a lot, I keep coming back to this pen. It makes for a nice organic line. Number 4. Strathmore Ready Cut watercolor paper in 5 by 7 inches. Another somewhat new entry in my toolset this year. I know these get mixed reviews, but I really like working with them. These are pre-cut cotton watercolor sheets by Strathmore. They are also quite affordable and the size is perfect for when I demo paints in my reviews. This paper works well with the painter's tape I use, with the brush pen, and with the paints. I was even able to layer paint really thick, which surprised me. I personally prefer the cold press for its minimal texture. Number 5. Field notes. In terms of sketchbook, this year has been a mess. I used many different ones and I don't think I managed to finish any of them. However, I have settled somewhat on these field notes little books. I like the leather cover, the way it's set up inside of it. I also like that I get to finish a small book more often. Sure, these are smaller and have less pages, but it seems like at the moment I enjoy finishing one and starting a new one. The notebooks generally come in packs of 3 and Field Notes has mini releases yearly with different artwork and colors. They are also made in the US, which is a nice feature. Number 6. Princeton Glacier brushes. I used a lot of synthetic hair brushes this year and I really love these. They are good for gouache or watercolor and the angled tip of the handle is super practical. I use it to press where painter's tape overlaps. It's also very efficient for removing masking fluid. These don't hold a lot of water, which is fairly common with synthetic hair brushes. I don't paint all that big, so I can work fine with these for a good part of my paintings. Number 7. Trekell Brushes. A bit like the Glacier brushes, these are also synthetic hair brushes. What I really love of Trekell brushes is that they come up with really fun and unique sets. The brushes are really awesome, they keep their shape well. They are a pretty neat company as well. I really like that they offer a lot of synthetic hair options and a lot of brush tip shapes. The sets are always made to be pretty unique, with different colors of handle and synthetic hair when possible. Number 8. Casaneo Brushes. More brushes! These are the Casaneo Brushes by Da Vinci. They are meant to mimic squirrel hair. I love the round ones for general painting. They don't keep a super fine point, but they still keep it a bit better than the Ultimo brushes. I love the slanted edge one because I can paint larger areas quickly while still being able to work around details with the finer tip. It's very difficult to find synthetic squirrel that keeps its point, so I'm still searching, but these do the trick for now. Also, since they are a synthetic squirrel, they tend to hold a bit more water than other types of synthetic hair. Number 9. Mijello Bright Opera Watercolor. Unless you're new here, you know I really like opera pink colors. My favorite version is Holbein's, but I think that it will have to share the spot with the Mijello Bright Opera version. It's an intense, eye-searing pink, which means it's perfect for me. I found out about this color through Otto's Colossal Color Showdown series in the episode where she compares many opera pink versions. So thanks, Otto! Number 10. Schminke set of 24 halfpans. I'm ending this list on the least surprising item, which is the set of 24 halfpans by Schminke. It's the set I've used the most last year, mostly because it packs a lot of color in a small tin, which fits the real estate I have available on my desk when painting. There are many other sets and brands that I really like, but some palettes are just a bit too big to be practical for me at this moment in time. After using this Schminke palette for a year, I'm starting to think about switching some colors that I've barely used with different ones, just to experiment with how I can optimize this selection. I like Schminke paints because they are very consistent and pigment loaded. And that's my list of my 10 favorite supplies of 2019. If you want to see more favorite supplies, I'll have the links to the other contributors to this collaboration in the description below. And also, what is your favorite art supply for 2019? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, bye bye. Oh, I forgot a very important supply. Cat hair.